I'm Tweety. I have a PhD from Harvard in minding your business.
My name is Lakeisha Hay, and I have a PhD in aesthetics and not minding my business.
Welcome to Club Banta, where we discuss movies, TV, and more while being Banta Black about everything.
What can I say?
What can I say?
What can I
What can I
say?
say? It's the way you act.
Today we're discussing Marvel. Let's get into
Yes,
Marvel
we are.
teams. Let's
We're
get into
talking
them.
about Marvel
Mm,
and what they've been doing because
mm,
they've been committing cinema crimes left and right.
mm-hmm.
Okay.
Left and right.
So there I got a list of what Marvel came out with in 2023.
Okay.
Start off. So let's go ahead and run this down the list. We got Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, The Marvels, What If Season 2, Secret Invasion, Loki Season 2, and Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse.
Damn, all that came out in 2023? It don't even feel like it.
2023. They were doing too much. They're doing
Well,
too much. There's
well,
only one redeemable movie on there.
damn, just one? In
Only
your
one movie.
opinion?
Only one movie and only one TV show. Well, two. I'll say two TV shows. Two.
Okay. So we already know Loki definitely at the top of the list. Amazing
Absolutely.
show. It came to do
Hmm.
exactly what it needed to do. Um,
For sure.
far as movies, I still say with the Marvels, it was like to me, it wasn't bad. It wasn't. Was it some nooks and crannies here and there? Yeah, sure. But I feel like Nia DaCosta as a director did what she was supposed to do with what was given, you know. And the actors did what they're supposed to do. But I would like to touch on though, um, Monica. When Monica first seen Captain Marvel for the first time in years, the missed opportunity was she seen it, she should have been like, "Hey, auntie," like that is the missed opportunity because how do we not get that moment? I don't know. I feel like it would have been funny, but that's what I wanted to see.
Hey, Auntie.
Y'all ignore my play mic, okay? It makes me feel official. But no, that was a missed opportunity. When they was on that spaceship, as soon as they seen each other, she should have been like, "Hey, auntie," with all kinds of attitude. They would have been like,
Full of attitude. Because Killmonger
"Fool."
was playing when he said it. He was just having fun. She wasn't having any fun. And she could I feel like there was a lot of missed opportunities. And I
Mhm.
think Nia Costa was set up to fail,
Mm.
but at the same time, she could have did better. Because if they hand you some scraps, as the director, it is your responsibility to make it into a piece of art. And honestly, the movie wasn't garbage. Of the list of movies I read earlier, there's some garbage movies on there. There's some things I'll never watch again. You'd have to pay me to watch again.
I'll keep my team brief, but Ant-Man should have got murked because
Yes, he should have died. He should have
that
died.
that downplayed Kang's whole character. Because if we talking Kang the Conqueror, you coming straight in. Now, don't get me
Mhm.
wrong, Ant-Man wonderful character, but in this, I feel like it would have been y'all just don't ding me, but it would have been very good character building, especially with the way his daughter was acting.
Ugh,
If she would have lost her father, because this shit is not a game, and he should have not like. Yeah, it was a struggle, but he shouldn't have defeated Kang like that. Kang should have murked really all y'all. That would have set him up as the biggest antagonist and would have had all the Avengers like, did he just take out one of the Avengers? Yes. Yes, he did.
right, because at the end of the day, who in the Avengers was checking for Ant-Man? Who's texting him to make sure he's okay? I bet you they wouldn't have noticed for at least a year.
Hell no, they wouldn't notice that.
I don't know. And speaking of Cassie, his daughter, first of all, the recast, I understand.
Hmm.
But first of all, you guys casted a a woman who looked a lot older. She looked aged in her face, and I guess they were trying to show the effects of the 5 years, what it did to Cassie. But you didn't have to do it that way. You made Cassie look older than Paul Rudd. Paul Rudd's already a young looking old man. You she didn't have to look like that. And then you have her come in here, not being able to act, having a very unreasonable attitude. You would think she'd have an attitude when her dad's in jail all the time and can't see her, but she mad that when he has money, is stable and happy. That's when she wants to act a fool and be mean to him. I know he because at this point he is an Avenger. You're mad at he's done saved the world and you're still mad at him. Still mad at him.
Like this man was literally an intricate part in going back in time. No, if he didn't like jump in when he did, which I know they didn't know at the time, and came back, he was still a very intricate part of the whole ordeal just to save the fucking world. Like, girl,
Hmm.
he's he really was doing nothing wrong. So I feel like for her character to have a wake up call out that little bratty teenage phase, Kane should have beat that ass some more. Uh huh.
100%.
100%.
100%. Because Kang should have killed him. There's no world where Ant-Man beats Kang. It doesn't exist. It's not real.
Yeah.
So him, I hate it because okay, so I read somewhere that originally Ant-Man was supposed to be stuck in that dimension. They just let the wasp pop back up,
Hmm.
dip in real quick, grab him up, and leave. You're telling me that the same thing that the old man Pym has been trying to figure out for decades since he lost his wife. You guys did it in like 2 minutes?
If we're talking
I'm
about
confused.
like, and I would say this, besides the whole verdict thing with Jonathan Majors and all the other controversy with that, Kang's character wasn't set up correctly in the beginning. And it started with Ant-Man and Wasp. It started there.
Hmm.
It started there, period. If Kang was set up correctly, the character would have been much more received. And I feel like because of what went down with Jonathan Majors, Marvel took the opportunity, was like, oh, let's scrap it. Let's try something else. But what else do you have? Because now you're just trying to like cover up what
Hmm.
you was supposed to be doing with that character. Now you're like, well, we just gonna scrap the whole thing. So I don't know how they about to do this for the next phase of Marvel because it was a lot of fuck ups going on here. So how we finna, you know what I'm saying? How we gonna carry on into the next phase of things? Because it ain't finna be smooth, that's for sure.
No, not at all. And listen, I love Marvel. I love Marvel forever.
Mm-hmm.
However, I understand just how powerful Marvel is because part of Jonathan Majors getting convicted, if you asking me and Cat Williams, it was a setup from the jump.
I've had a sip, less than you. The truth don't need motivation.
And then when they were like, oh, actually, wait, we want to start all over. And no one wants us to bring back the original, on because no one wants you to bring back Iron Man and Captain America as a scapegoat. That's what nobody wants. So everyone was against that. Everyone voiced being against that. But when y'all want to cover up, you do. You didn't want to cover up for him because he was part of your failing phase. If he's
Mm-hmm.
part of the original phase, like phase one, phase two, even,
Mm-hmm.
he'd be set. He'd be fine. He would have had zero convictions. All of that audio that they had, all the videos that they had of that man literally running from her, they would have made him a martyr for that.
Oh yeah.
Look at how he's running from domestic violence. No, no. Who can play Kang though?
You know, there
I
was
don't see them
jokes.
recasting.
it was jokes going around that what if they brought back Terrence Howard?
I would love that.
Oh
I
my
think that would be
god.
amazing. That'd
I,
be amazing.
I feel like a lot of people forget Terrence Howard's version of Rhodey because that Rhodey stood on business. That Rhodey got Iron Man together. Like, don't get me
Mhm.
wrong.
The
Don
rapport.
Don does a good job as Rhodey. Like his version of Rhodey is very like I like the subtleness to it. I really do.
Mhm.
But Terrence Howard's version, that Rhodey had that dog in him. Like Civil War fight when they was in the air, Terrence Howard Rhodey probably would have stomped somebody out. I kid you not. That shit would have went a whole different direction, script or not. Because I feel like I don't know. I feel like it just would have gave it a different effect, but nah, they was wild as hell for putting that on the internet. But looking at it, I really don't know if they even go because if they gonna raise Kane, how y'all finna do that if you don't find the actual actor? So you gonna replace the
Um,
actor just to get rid of the whole character? Like how are we gonna do this?
I've
That's the
seen
confusing
a
part.
couple different theories. I've seen young Kane played
Mm-hmm.
by the boy who is in Stranger Things. I've seen older Kane and they want to go get Denzel.
Oh,
And then if they replace Kane like around this age, they want Domingo Coleman, which he's the guy that's in The Color Purple.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm. He was also on Walking Dead.
Oh, you know, watch that.
I he was good though. He was good in Walking Dead. Still is. But go
He
ahead,
seems
yeah.
like a very good actor to me.
Yeah.
However, I don't know. I see them scrapping it. I mean, I get that they're starting stuff. They're starting the Young Avengers. They're putting that whole group together, which a lot of the people in there I highly disagree with. But I see them setting other things up, but no one's biting.
Yeah.
Their TV shows have been more successful than their movies this year.
Facts.
And it's really off the strength of Loki alone. What If came out too late to really be like considered.
Yeah, no, it came out hella late. Cause like really, Loki been holding the whole Marvel universe on his back.
Hmm.
Loki carried out to me, Loki really built up the true betrayal of Kang. The slickness, the slyness, how he been behind everything this whole time. Like that scene
Hmm.
when Loki took the stick, jammed it in the wall, and that Negro's face was in that wall, that lets you know, like, oh shit, this it's a Black Rushmore. Oh goddamn, we is in danger, y'all. That that cinematic is fuck. I loved it.
No,
And it
that
was
was
like
key.
that was tea. You could see the
Yeah.
pursed lips in there. Like it was good.
No,
He
no,
held it
Tom Hiddleston ate. He ate like he didn't eat in 3 years. He ate down bad. And sometimes, I'd say a little more than half the time, let's say 60-40, when an actor becomes the executive producer, um, or gets in like the production role
down. Mm-hmm.
outside of just being an actor of their own show or movie, that's when it gets messed up.
Yeah.
He got in that role and was like, "Oh, I'm finna go ham on it." And he did. Like his fear of Kang was so real. We've never seen Loki scared. Not
Never.
genuinely. Not
This is
genuinely.
this the same Loki that started a riot against phase one Avengers, okay? He didn't give no fuck. He didn't care. Loki's the god of mischief. Fuck
Hmm.
he's scared of. So to be scared of Kang, that should tell you
Right.
something.
No,
And
because this is
that's how it's
literally
supposed to be built up.
right. Right. Literally the same exact person who just watched Thanos beat Hulk into a pulp and then thought he was going to be able to like really just slice his neck with a dagger and save the day, win, apparently. So the same man who went up against the Mad Titan saw Kang, experienced Kang, and was like, "You guys." I loved his fear in it, and he
Yeah,
stayed scared. He's until he actually figured it out. He stayed scared.
he did. He did. And
The
when he
fear
did
didn't
figure it out.
stop.
And when
Sylvie
he
kept
did
being
figure it
angry
out.
for some really unknown reason. Kept having an attitude problem.
Please don't get
You
me started on Sylvie.
know,
Like
Moby was just getting by.
she literally ruined everything. Like Kane knew what he was doing, setting her ass up, because he was like, "Yeah, that bitch there, she gonna get it done for me because she's stupid." Because every little thing she did, she had like, I guess what I didn't like about Sylvie, it was the blind anger. I get your anger, I get you're mad,
Mhm.
but this was the key difference between. This is why Tom Hiddleston's Loki is the main Loki, and the rest of y'all are just supporting characters. Because Sylvie, girl, what was you? What was you here for? Besides ruining everything that Loki in turn had to turn back around and clean up.
I mean, I don't know. I don't like how Sylvie didn't ever grow. And I feel like
Yeah,
she had so much more time than Loki, even the Loki that we know, to grow, because she was always jumping from timeline to timeline, trying to escape the time people, whatever they're called.
yeah.
So she was always running in between time. So it wasn't like she was aging naturally. Time doesn't act the same in the TVA. So whenever she was there, she's not even really aging. She just, she keep going. But there's never any type of growth with her. And
Yeah.
I just wish she would have been less stagnant. But I'm like, why would you not help him? I still don't understand what he did to you to where you don't want to help him. That's not making
Because
any sense.
yeah. And I like how Loki and Mobius really stayed focused on the prize.
Hmm.
Like their bestie dynamic was everything. Cause I'm like,
Hmm.
oh, Loki has a friend. Cause Loki is kind of hard to understand. So to get somebody that's patient with you, like I feel like Loki's just always been the person he needed patience. And I feel like what Mobius was given that energy, that's something similar to what his mother used to give him. Cause she was like literally the only one that truly understood Loki. Of course, Thor understood him later because they had back and forth.
Way too
But
late.
please.
I just think at the end of the day, he wasn't being listened to.
Yeah,
I
no,
felt
he
like they were
wasn't.
assuming what Loki was saying.
And that's the only thing I didn't like about the series.
Mhm.
Why did we wait so long for Loki to show his powers? Well, to really use his powers the way they were supposed to be used. I can't stress enough, you're a god. There's no
Yeah,
reason why you up here bickering with these folks when you need to do some little green razzle dazzle and shut this shit down. What took so long?
that's what I'm saying. Because he been took that collar off and was having control of whatever he wanted to do. So I liked seeing it, but there needed
Mm-hmm.
to be way more. Like, this is it's his show. Let him
Mm-hmm.
show off. Like,
Mm-hmm.
I dug into a lot of Norse mythology, so I know all the stuff that Loki can do. So if you don't want to go that far, okay, you don't want to go that far. But stop acting like he needs Sylvie to have extra power. She's a fraction of him.
Not even a fraction, not a half, not a piece.
Mm-mm.
Smidge.
So,
Smidge.
yeah,
Like
that part I didn't like about the series. But when Renslayer put all them people in that box,
that bitch. She listen when she did that shit. I said that's why you was Kane's girlfriend. You got that dog in you too.
mhm,
Hmm. That's what
for
did
no
it
reason.
for no reason. Like, and I feel like in a way, I like how the show kind of had that karma coming back around because don't get me wrong, they was just out there killing all the timelines that they had no business doing because they just freaked out. But at the same time, Renslayer, you okay? What was your end goal here? Because you doing all this running around, you done killed these people when all this shit finna burn.
Right.
So you committed murder for no reason.
Because my thing is, once you saw the fact that he erased your memories and sent you back down with the TVA,
Mhm.
what's more to do after that? Your man sat there, used you, to win,
Mhm.
then sent you back to play with all the rest of the little playthings because he's really just playing with lives at this point. And you
Big
were
time.
like, no, I'm gonna keep going. For what? What do you win?
She had a aimless goal. Like really, she had no goal in mind. She was just the bitch was going on vibes and ideas. She was just.
Just going on vibes.
But what killed me though was Miss Minutes wanting her clock cleaned by Kane. Cause girl, you're a clock. What did you want?
She said, put me in a human body, put me in a body. That's what she wanted. She wanted herself a body. Do you know how chaotic she would be with a body?
I know she would like go get her a body off the runway if she could and be like,
Mm-hmm.
Kang. And set the timer and let it go down.
Because
Ah,
my thing, I don't get why Renslayer just trusted her again. This hoe literally pushed you off into the ocean.
no, literally.
And you're just like, okay. So she really was just going off of vibes. Like you're just okay with anything, and I don't get why.
No, it was so funny though because she pushed her in the ocean. And first of all, Victor Timely, that particular character was funny as hell.
Hmm.
Because when Miss Minutes tried to come on him, he was like, no, he did not. He was like, I don't want it. I don't want it. Like,
But I could have been your girl. Victor, what are you doing? Put that down. Don't do this, Forte. You need me. I love you.
You literally have a king that's like, he's a specific name. I don't know it, and I'm not gonna try to pronounce it. But he's he looks like a pharaoh.
oh yeah, yeah,
So he would
absolutely.
have to be first, or at least before Victor.
Yeah.
So did you guys just not feel like animating him? Not doing CGI? Budget cuts or something?
You know, if Kang's like I said, if Kang was fully flushed out, we would have been getting shit back to back.
Yeah.
And I feel like what they should have did, they should have just kept Ant-Man and Wasp and let Loki introduce Kang. Should have
Mhm.
just left it at that. Cause that show properly introduced what the fuck we was dealing with.
Right.
He was at the pinnacle of time. That's dangerous. Cause I feel like that's what makes Loki series so significant.
Mhm.
Because he really pushed the character to its fullest potential.
Yeah.
Like, first of all, we gotta talk about Loki and Gag City and all the pink. I don't know who made that AI stuff, but I loved it.
Mhm.
Like it was, I think it was the one with the cigar. I was like, I could totally see Loki and Gag City.
Mhm.
It go together. Cause Iron Man already there.
And that's his best friend. I don't care what anyone says. They would get along so well. That's why they was having that nice drink up in the Avengers Tower in the first place. They
But
be
look,
pals.
we always got to go back to that scene because that scene was fucking hilarious. This is like early Loki. Even when he was being mischievous, he still was funny as fuck. Because when
Mhm.
he tapped Iron Man chest, he said,
Clank, clank, clank,
and
clank.
it was Iron Man bugging out his chest some more, like
Mhm.
you can tap it some more. I got plenty. Like that's what the fuck. Tony Stark was wild, and I feel like what I like throughout the movies how they had like tiny jabs at each other. Like especially in the Loki series, he was like, "Yep, that's Tony Stark cologne." I said you would know, wouldn't you? Because you was in his damn tower and shit. But yeah,
Sure
no.
was.
That whole thread of Loki and Gag City, I said, I don't know who I did it was, but they're goddamn genius. I thoroughly
Mhm.
enjoyed it. Hmm.
Yeah,
Imagine if they went to Gag City through like the Loki timeline. I know a lot of barbs that would have loved it.
that would be That would be too much because there's no define pain.
But yeah, no, Loki has definitely developed so much as a character because now he's the god of time.
Mhm.
When he was weaving together that tree, that was so beautiful cinematically.
Yeah,
I enjoyed that. I was like, now that's what the fuck I'm talking about.
it Dragicel. I
Mhm.
can't pronounce it, but yeah, that tree, the whole. I would just was so proud of him, so happy for him because I've been a Loki fan since Loki was first introduced. I've been
Yeah.
defending him
Yes, you have. Yeah, yes, you
since
have.
he first came out. Like, and the amount of denial I was in when he was killed in Infinity War, I was like, he didn't turn blue. Like that was my man. In terms of Marvel Universe, he's my boyfriend. Iron Man is my husband. That's always what it's been. That's always what it's gonna be. There's no one that's
Uh-huh.
replacing them. So
Mm,
when he sat there and he elevated himself to he's really running things, okay? Because he told y'all he was meant to rule.
hmm
He
He he
told y'all.
he is very much king material. He really
100%.
is. He just had to mature some. That's all.
Because he was meant for bigger things. Sweetheart, you don't need to be the king of Jotunheim. You don't need to be the king of Asgard. Okay, you need to run all of time.
And see, I like the lesson in that you can also apply in real life. What's not
Mm,
for what's not given to you right now, or what you know what I'm saying, whatever situation it is, it might not be that might not be what's meant for you.
right.
Something greater is meant for you because that's how God operates.
Y-
You gotta
For
wait for
sure.
your blessing that's fit for you, that's tailor made. I just had to tie that in. I ain't no pastor, nothing, but you know, welcome to my TED talk.
To your gospel.
Yeah, that's my gospel. Yeah, that's the gospel we preach down there in Gag City because I've been there since Nikki dropped that album. So here we are. But yeah, no.
Thank you guys so much. Hope you enjoyed and learned a lot and tune in for the next episode.
I need to tell you. I need to tell you. You'll never be him.